Do you want to plan and be involved in my projects? Well, that's what this video is all about. It's to help me plan for my next project and for you to get involved. Welcome back to Dim Tips, the channel that revives, restores and repairs lots of things. Today we're going to get into planning the project that's going to be coming up very soon, but please don't forget to subscribe. There's an icon there. Don't forget to like and leave a comment below. Okay, let's get into it. So I was thinking about how I could get everyone more involved with the various things that I want to do, and one of the projects that I really want to take up this week is to actually build a agitator, or some people call it a vibrator. There's two meanings for it, but this one's purely a construction DIY example. So what we are going to be doing, or what I plan to be doing, and I would really like your input in, is we restored the sander last time around. Please feel free to check out my video. I'll put all the links in the description, etc. But I would like to use this as the basis of the agitator. My plan is to have this laying flat down, some support across the sides, and effectively having some kind of bucket across the top to actually place the material in. What is an agitator? Agitator just will help me for the various rusted objects that I've got and removing them in a nice and easy way. And I'm doing these types of projects continually, and I realized I needed it, and it's a perfect chance to do that. So there's a couple of things that we need to do is plan and draw. So we're going to be doing that. Next thing is sourcing materials. Materials. Ooh. And in regards to sourcing materials, I've got a lot of things lying around in the garage, in my empire of dirt. You'll know where that reference has come from. And I'm going to be using a lot of things that I've got just lying around. So what I was thinking was effectively having some kind of base across the bottom, placing the sander across the top with the base touching the bottom. Not great at 3D. Getting the plug supply, this will be effectively turning it on and off, so this will be my control mechanism. And then having two sets of supports across the side which effectively hold on to the sander. That should hopefully keep it secure. I've got to think about ways of actually securing the sander to the sides of whatever I'm going to be holding it against. In addition, I've got to be able to put a bucket across the top where all my aggregates will go to help me sand, and I will need to be able to attach this to the sander, as well as having some support, because the bucket is going to be wider, is my plan, than the actual sander. So I'll need to be able to support it in some way. So that's my plan. So we've got rid of that. The next thing, sourcing materials. So let me rummage around and I'll come back and we'll see what we've got. So the first thing in regards to the material, I've got this off-cut shelving left, which is great for, it should be solid enough. It's chipboard, but it should be fine for what I'm after. So let's move this out of the way. And this will effectively form the major supports, and I plan to line the belt sander across the middle and keep it secure. Oh well, good news is that it will be perfect. And what I would like to do is just use the edge of the actual sander, because it looks like there's some support there, and just make sure that I can get the nooks and crannies all flushed fairly tight, because the bit that's going to be moving is just effectively the top. So I've got my support for the side of this. The next thing is, I was really worried about how I'm going to attach the bucket that I plan to use, which is just here. It's actually a bucket used for mopping. So it's a little bit large. I need to probably... A few problems with the bucket that I'm using. It is cracked, that's why I am actually using it. I'm upcycling effectively, the new term, or recycling. And you can see there's some cracks in there. I'm planning to fill them in, and I hope that there'll be enough to support it. If not, I'll probably need to think about how I'm going to actually clamp the two together. I may use some material, it may get too large. The other thing that I really liked about the sander was I was able to see how it effectively is able to maneuver without it causing any issues. So we've got some supports here, and I would like to construct the same type of, I guess it's a plastic spring or something to just effectively move in various directions, and I'd like to mimic that with some form of plastic. What I was thinking of using, and it may be a dreadful idea and I may need to get some springs, is effectively a milk bottle. And this is what we have in the UK. You may in America and Canada have different types, but this is what we have. And I plan to maybe strengthen this in some way or form by layering it, and to give it some extra support and ensuring that there's some flex and give going around. So that will take care of the side pieces. In regards to bringing it all together, I've got various screws, bolts, etc. So we'll have to just go with the flow and see how that all works out. So what I would really like to hear is if you've got any suggestions in regards to how I could potentially make this better, please do let me know, because it does really help. And please feel free to check out my previous video where I actually restore this, and feel free to also check out my other videos. They'll be all across everywhere, and I will speak to you soon.